What if the first person to witness the greatest moment in history almost missed it completely? What if the voice you're searching for has already spoken, but you didn't recognize it? What if everything could change with just one word, your name? In the account found in the Gospel of John 20:10-18, we step into a moment that is deeply personal, emotional, and unexpectedly quiet. After the discovery of the empty tomb, the story does not immediately explode into celebration. Instead, it narrows its focus to one individual, Mary Magdalene. While the disciples return home, Mary stays. That detail matters. Others saw the empty tomb and left with questions, but Mary remains in the space of uncertainty. She stands outside the tomb weeping. Her grief is raw, unfiltered, and real. She is not analyzing evidence. She is mourning loss. From her perspective, Jesus is still gone. And now, even his body is missing. She bends down and looks into the tomb once again. This time, something is different. She sees two angels in white sitting where the body of Jesus Christ had been. They ask her a simple question: "Woman, why are you weeping?" Her answer reveals everything about her understanding in that moment. "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Even now, there is no expectation of resurrection. Only loss, only confusion, only longing. Then she turns around and sees someone standing there, but she does not recognize him. This is one of the most striking moments in the passage. Mary is standing face to face with Jesus, alive, present, and she does not know it. Why? Because sometimes when we are overwhelmed by grief, by expectation, by what we think we know, we can miss what is right in front of us. Jesus speaks to her. "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you seeking?" The same question, but now coming from a different voice. Still, she does not recognize him. She assumes he is the gardener. Think about that. The one she had followed, believed in, and loved standing right before her, and she mistakes him for someone else entirely. It's not because he is hiding. It's not because he is distant. It's because her understanding has not yet caught up with reality. She is still looking for a body, not a living person. She says to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." There is devotion in her words. There is determination. Even in her grief, she wants to care for him, but she is still searching in the wrong direction. And then everything changes. Jesus says one word: "Mary." That's it. No explanation, no argument, no dramatic reveal, just her name. And in that single word, recognition breaks through. She turns toward him and cries out, "Rabboni," which means teacher. In that moment, everything shifts. Grief turns to recognition. Confusion turns to clarity. Loss turns to presence. All through one word, her name. This moment is deeply personal. It is not a public miracle. It is not a display for crowds. It is a quiet encounter between Jesus and one individual. And yet it carries a message that reaches far beyond that moment, because it shows us something powerful about how Jesus reveals himself. Not always through grand displays, not always through overwhelming signs, but often through personal connection, through knowing, through calling. Mary did not recognize Jesus by sight. She recognized him by his voice, more specifically by the way he spoke her name. There is something unique about hearing your name spoken by someone who truly knows you. It cuts through confusion, it breaks through noise, it reaches something deeper than logic or explanation. And that is what happens here. Jesus meets Mary in her grief, in her misunderstanding, in her searching, and calls her by name. He does not correct her first, he does not explain everything, he simply calls her. And that is enough. Mary responds immediately. The relationship is restored in that instant. The distance she felt disappears. The loss she believed is undone. But then, Jesus says something that adds another layer to this moment. "Do not cling to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father." This may seem confusing at first. After all, she has just found him. Why not hold on? Why not stay in that moment? But Jesus is pointing her towards something greater. This encounter is not meant to keep her in one place. It is meant to send her forward. He gives her a message. "Go to my brothers and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God, your God." In other words, this moment is not just for her, it is for others. Mary becomes the first messenger of the resurrection. Think about that. The first person entrusted with this news is someone who, moments before, was weeping outside a tomb, lost in confusion. Now she carries the message that changes everything. I have seen the Lord. That is her testimony. Simple, direct, powerful. And it all began with one word, her name. This passage invites us to consider something deeply personal. How often do we search for answers without recognizing what is already present? How often do we look for solutions in the wrong places because our expectations limit what we can see? Mary was looking for a body. She found a living Savior. But she almost missed him, not because he was far away, but because her understanding had not yet shifted. And maybe that resonates with us. Because there are moments when we feel like something is missing. Moments when we feel like hope has been taken away. Moments when we stand in silence, asking questions without answers. And in those moments we may not realize that what we are searching for is closer than we think. That recognition may not come through explanation, but through connection, through something personal, through being known. The way Jesus calls Mary by name reveals something essential about his nature. He is not distant. He is not abstract. He is personal. He knows, he sees, he calls, and that changes everything. Because it means that faith is not just about understanding ideas, it is about relationship, it is about recognition, it is about hearing and responding. Mary's story is not just about seeing Jesus, it is about recognizing him. And that recognition comes in a moment that is quiet, simple, and deeply human. No crowds, no spectacle, just a voice, a name, a response, and a life changed forever. The transition from grief to purpose is also striking. Mary begins the scene weeping, searching for what she has lost. She ends the scene running with a message, carrying what she has found. That transformation happens quickly, but it is not random. It is the result of encounter. And that is what this passage ultimately points to. Not just the fact that Jesus is alive, but the way he reveals that life, personally, intentionally, meaningfully. It is not forced. It is not overwhelming. It is relational. And in that, we see a pattern, one that continues beyond this moment. Because the message of this encounter is not limited to Mary. It extends to all who are willing to listen, to all who are searching, to all who are standing in places of uncertainty. The question is not just whether Jesus appeared. The question is whether we recognize him when he does, whether we are open to hearing our name, whether we are willing to turn, as Mary did, and respond. Because sometimes the greatest changes begin not with what we see, but with what we hear. And sometimes all it takes is one word. Thank you for watching this video. If this message has touched your heart or given you a new perspective, don't forget to like, follow the channel, and share this video with others who may need to hear it.